Hey, what's up, y'all? I was popping this D. About to react to this video by Jubilee. This video is called "Do All White People Think the Same About Race?" They got real specific with this one. You guys have been telling me to react to this video because I've done a few do all, XYZ people think the same videos, and you guys said this one was a good one. So we're gonna see what they talking about in this video. I guess this will be really interesting for me because I don't talk to many white people like that, honestly. I'll reveal, something about myself. I don't know if it's apparent, but I've never had a white friend in my life. I've never had any other race of friend actually in my life except black people. And it's not been intentional at all. I'm the type of person where anybody that's been in my life is because they've come to me. Anybody I've ever dated, anybody that I've ever been friends with, they've gravitated to me in one way or another. Like, I've never seeked out friends, or I've never just walked up to people, hey, introduce myself. I've never done that. People just come to me. And I've always said that I wanted to be more intentional about approaching people. When I was single, I would say, oh, I'm gonna, talk to guys. That never happened. And I would always say that, I was gonna go up to people and be more friendly and talkative. But just never got around to that either. In college, it was this running joke between me and my other black friends, with them saying, we're gonna find you a white friend. And I would be like, yeah, I'm down. But that just never happened. But yeah, people just come to me. That's just how it's always been. I'm always receptive. When people try to talk to me, I'm always open to it. I'm friendly when they come up to me, but I don't seek people out. And, in short, white people, they just never have tried to be my friends. So, it is what it is. I've never had a white friend. So honestly, I don't know what people think. I don't know what they're talking about or nothing like that. So, we're going to get some inside info, I guess, from this video. So yeah, let's hop into it.
I don't know. Halloween is just like a weird holiday to be dressing up as anybody else's culture.
You can say something about any costume. Are you going to tell a 6-year-old girl that she can't dress up like a pirate because she doesn't know the history of pirates? Like,
that's a terrible, terrible example. They look nervous.
People as culture. 3, 2, 1.
What culture y'all got?
we're all technically white. Yeah. If you're from England, if you're from Australia, if you're from wherever, South Africa, we all have these crazy places we come from and these people we're around, and we get those ideas from those people. But that doesn't mean us as a whole have no culture.
But as a white person, it's not really a culture. You can have culture, like I'm hella Irish, obviously, and that's a culture. But just being white is not it's not a culture. I can't relate to you just because you're white.
I think you could say that for any ethnicity, though.
No, I relate to a lot of black people.
To you guys, if just because of the color of our skin.
Most of the time, yes.
We go through very similar experiences.
Yeah,
like,
girl, how you gonna say you don't know?
You're not getting discriminated against because of your skin color. They can both relate to that.
But I also feel like with culture, we branch out, we try different things, we want to do different things. So maybe we've lost a little bit of our culture.
Maybe we're creating a new culture.
There you go.
I believe in reverse racism. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what that is.
We can explain it.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I'll stay here then.
Reverse racism is like someone being
That's like
racist against you because you are white. Like, do you believe that someone can be racist against a white person?
They didn't understand it fully.
Yeah. I grew up where it was completely like Hispanic culture. I was constantly made fun of because I was white. Oh, white people can't dance. White people look stupid, whatever.
They shouldn't say white people can't dance, but they can't dance.
No, yeah, I can't dance. Just putting that out there. But I mean, like, being honest though, like, they would say those mean things to me and more hurtful things than that. It's like a hard pill to swallow, because if I turned around and said, black people can't dance, I'd get hell for that. But then if someone says the same words to me, it's somehow okay.
That's not racism, girl. Shut the hell up.
And I relate to you. I grew up with all Latino or Black friends. I had very few white friends. And yeah, I got made fun of for being like the white girl. I was gringa. And I didn't take offense to it because the huge part about racism is that there's hate and oppression behind it. And as a white person in America, I do not feel oppressed.
And I definitely think that we should take the log out of our own eyes before worrying about the sawdust in other people's. Like, I totally agree with that, but there is sawdust, so that's kind of just what I'm saying.
For me, I feel like anything we do can come out racist to any other type of race. But at the same time, if they say something mean or racist to us that we feel is racist, it kind of gets brushed off.
When I think of the word racism, I think more towards oppression, so that's why I'm going to disagree.
You.
Like, I'll deal with someone.
You can't dance. Who give a fuck about that, girl? Shut the hell up. That ain't no racism. I like these people up here to the left.
I think it's important to focus
That's
on
some real
race
niggas.
in order to bring us together. There is a race issue in America, and if we just avoid it altogether and pretend like it's not happening, nothing's going to change.
Right.
I kind of was thinking about the question differently because if all I'm thinking about when I meet someone is, oh, I'm white and she's not white, and I'm white and she's not white, like, that for me, that's like what focusing on race is.
Yeah, we're never going to be happy unless we just like all work together just to like treat each other like each other. You know, like there is no race.
Yeah, and that sounds great, but it's like we're not there.
Thank you.
I feel like people who have that perspective might also say like, oh, I don't see color, or try to have that attitude.
Right.
I don't think that helps anybody. I think we need to respect each other's backgrounds.
I love
like, that's
them.
only gonna happen if we do see color. We do like appreciate everybody's differences.
Cultural appropriation is real.
Y'all all better go to the agree.
2, 1.
Don't play with me. Thank you.
Yeah, I think cultural appropriation is very real. You see all the time, like Coachella, we're in LA, and you see people in the Native American headdresses without knowing how important that is to Native people.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a difference between respecting the culture and completely disrespecting the culture. But then also, if you want to dress up on Halloween like a geisha because you like the costume, you think it's a beautiful costume, that I wouldn't say is...
I wouldn't do that.
That is
I think if you're going to go and dress
right.
up as a geisha without knowing the importance of it and just being like, well, this is cute, like, I'm going to put this on. And also, even if you did know the importance and you're like, I don't know, Halloween is just like
shouldn't do it.
a weird holiday to be dressing up as anybody else's culture.
You can say the same thing about any costume. Are you going to tell a 6-year-old girl that she can't dress up like a pirate because she doesn't know the history of pirates? Like,
That's very different.
Right.
So it's just like...
That's very different. Those are children.
Right, and they're
It's a
two
lot
different
about
things.
intention, because I think wearing that thing at Coachella, like, I feel like I would see that as that person mocking someone.
Well, even if they don't intentionally mean it, it's still offensive.
Right.
I should be able to say the N-word while singing along to a song. 3, 2, 1.
Somewhat. Fuck out of here.
The only reason I'm at somewhat disagree is because a lot of my favorite rappers use it frequently. Like if I'm listening to my favorite Childish Gambino song, which drops it like 100 times,
Right. I know. So
you know
like,
that
in the car, it's like.
it's like I'm not sitting there thinking all these horrible things about Black people, and I'm like, it's just in the song, and when I'm singing, it comes out.
There's like two different forms of the word. There ends with an ER and with an A. And like with my friends, they're like, oh, you can say it with an A, like that won't hurt my feelings.
That's what people told me.
But also, like, even when I'm in the car by myself, like, I still feel like it's not my place. Maybe I'll, like, whisper it, like, with an A at the end, like, if I'm by myself. But, like, out of the respect for other people, I just think it's more appropriate not to say it at all.
Do you guys think rappers should stop putting it in their songs?
Girl, shut the hell up.
Why? If you think it's wrong, though, why?
I don't think it's wrong because the history of the N-word slave owners would call Black people as the N-word with the hard R at the end. If Black people want to take that word and claim it as their own and claim that painful history and like be like, F you, like I'm gonna claim this word, I think they should be allowed to do that. I don't think as a white person I have that right to take a word that is derogatory towards them. They should 100% have the right to do that.
But do you think it's okay for a white person to sing the song?
See,
and
that's
say
where
that?
we're like all on the fence.
No,
Like, I
she
feel like
don't
it's-
strongly
It's just,
disagree.
it's a word used as my friend basically, and like just like she said, if they want to take that back from its horrible origins, then I'm totally fine with that. But as a white person, you can't say that word without feeling a certain way.
Yeah,
And so
but I have
that's
a
why
question. If they didn't put it in their songs, you wouldn't say it, right?
No, yeah. 100%.
So are
Fuck
they
out of here. You gonna say it
people to
regardless.
say that
Shut your
word?
ass up.
Because she wouldn't say it if
It's
it
not
wasn't.
white people's place to tell them what they can and cannot use.
Right, thank you.
So-
Thank you. And you really saying that's the absolute only time I ever use that word in my life is when Kanye West said it. Fuck out of here. What was the question I was running my mouth?
It's so sad to say because I never say it out loud, but it's the truth. Is like getting pulled over by the police. I always feel like I have a little bit of a one-up
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm white, because I'm a woman,
Of
and I
course.
feel so bad that that's the truth. But this is a real thing, and it's unfortunate.
For me, as an
Also, I have
individual, I
privilege.
feel like I'm not privileged. Sure, like white people background came from like being higher up on the scale, but I've
think
gone
that 'cause
through
she
really
busted?
hard things before.
No
you
shade.
know, I don't feel like I'm superior over other people. So as an individual, I don't feel like I'm privileged.
I think privileged, I guess I don't really think that I'm above other people. I just think that naturally I'm treated differently.
Yeah, it's a perception. It's just perception.
You
It's-
aware of
I think that's a
it.
huge misconception. I have privilege that I didn't ask for. It's just society sees me as like the standard for whatever reason, and because of that, I get treated differently. And white privilege, like you said, it's not about what you've gone through or what you experience. It's 100% how the world
Views you.
sees me.
Right. I fuck with these people. Hey, you should be proud to be who you are.
Just be in the middle.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
Alright.
Gotta pick a side. Pick a side.
Why are they so scared to say it? Well, I don't know what the fuck they're proud to be. But I would
Well,
think
I
you should be
almost
proud
think
to be
it's
who
like-
you
I
are.
think
So,
like
like-
guiltily, like I'm like happy that I'm not oppressed, but I'm not proud of like things people have done in the past.
When I think of being proud of something, I think of something I worked for, or that I had to do nothing to be white, absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
It's like saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person. Because when you hear I'm a proud black person, I think empowerment, I think strength, I think courage, I think, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years. But then when you say I'm a proud white person, already there's so much
Yeah, I would think of like
hate
racist shit.
involved
Not
in
to be
that.
honest.
Thing about that
I
is
was thinking racist
like
shit.
how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white? What makes it wrong?
Because the history in this country, y'all
Just your skin
been on
color?
some
Because
bullshit.
yes, that is wrong.
So you're
So,
saying
I-
I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that when white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color, that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed. That a lot of their culture was stolen from them. And then a lot of the reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has the Nazis used it. The KKK used it. I don't want to be associated with any of those things. So I'm
Okay,
just
yeah,
gonna
y'all got a point.
completely stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another race, I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash about being white.
Food questions? I was waiting on the food question.
Do you like Starbucks?
How come you're vegan?
Hey guys, this is
This video got a lot of dislikes, more than any of the other ones I've ever seen. And that's interesting because they was speaking some facts. Oh, they said change the title to White People Scared of Sharing Their Opinions Because of Political Correctness. Wow. So these people in the comments, they feel like these white people were trying to be too PC. They're trying to be too politically correct. But the way that they describe certain shit, it sounds like they have certain knowledge So I honestly don't feel like they were just trying to be politically correct. I think these are their actual views. They were talking with passion, and even they were correcting other people. So it didn't come across too scared. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, they didn't seem ignorant. They seemed like they know what the fuck they was talking about. So I honestly wouldn't say they were just trying to be politically correct. I feel like these people in the comments, they think otherwise. So they want to feel like, oh, these white people, they think like me too, but they just don't want to say. That's not always the case. You know, but YouTube has a lot of racist, chauvinistic, you know, people or whatever, and that feel real comfortable to say certain shit because they can hide behind their computer or their little phone with their whack ass. So, you know, that's probably why they're saying these things. Okay, this is a pretty dope video though. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm actually a bit surprised, to be honest. I'm pleasantly surprised that some of them had, you know, the viewpoints that they had. You know, some of them seemed to be pretty knowledgeable about oppression and, you know, the climate, the race climate that is going on in America. So that was refreshing. You know, I really like that because I have seen certain videos where you have some white people and they act really oblivious to what's going on. Like, you know, I don't understand. You know, how is this like this? And Kanye said it, why can't I say nigga too? Like, you know, they on that bullshit. But they seem to be, you know, pretty in the know about, you know, race relations in America. Okay, this is very much so specific to America because, you know, I can't speak on what's happening in other countries. A couple of them I feel like were a little ignorant, just a little bit, with some of the things that they were saying. But, you know, it is what it is. Everybody has to learn at their own time. You know, not everybody's going to have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I'm ignorant to a lot of shit as well. So, you know, it is what it is. And I did sense a little bit of white guilt throughout this video, though, here and there, you know, to be honest. So I kind of see what a couple people are talking about in the comments about, you know, them feeling kind of guilty to be white and kind of ashamed. But that just is what it is. If you are aware and you're in America and you're white, if you're aware of what's going on socially, then you should feel some type of guilt if you are, you know, a decent human being. If you are watching other people get shot, you know, for being black and you witnessing all this racist shit, to just be like, oh, well, that's them, not me. Sucks to suck. And then, you know, you're just a shitty person. But, you know, if you have any type of moral compass, you're going to feel bad. Like, goddamn, like, they going through this, and that. And I'm just over here chilling because I'm white. Like, that's kind of fucked up, you know? So I understand the white guilt, but it is what it is. If that is the worst of your problems, honestly, I don't care about you having white guilt. That is the worst of your problems. You're not being as heavily oppressed, you know, as other groups of people, then I just feel like you should just take that and be happy. I wish all I had to deal with was, you know, some guilt. Oh, I just feel guilty. That's the only thing I gotta deal with. I ain't gotta deal with, you know, niggas follow me around the store and, you know, people looking at me funny or treating me a certain way, or me walking into a store and people assuming I ain't got no money. Literally, this just happened to me a couple hours ago. I stopped recording for a while and I went to go get a box spring for my mattress, and the salesperson, I'm asking about different, you know, models and stuff. He keeps bringing up price as if, and this has happened to me several times in my life, but it just happens, so I'll share. And I know it's because I'm black. But them feeling like I ain't got no money. Like, oh, well, take this one. This is the cheapest one. Oh, we got this, but it's really expensive. Like, basically, bitch, you can't afford this one, so let's not even talk about that. Nigga, I want it. What is it? And that's what the fuck. I got me a nice box spring, too. Got me a really nice one that massages my body, that, you know, fucking reclines, all that. So I got one of the most expensive box springs that they sell, but the salesperson was trying to play me like, oh, I can only afford the little cheap, basic $200 one. Like, oh, no, this one costs too much. Too much for who? Maybe you, but I have the money. So, you know, I've experienced that many, many times in my life. So it is a lot of stuff that we go through as black people that other races are just not aware of. And, you know, like that guy said about being able to relate to other people just because they're black. Was it the guy that said that? I don't know. But that's the thing. You can't relate to other people just because they're black, because they go through the same shit. We all go through really similar shit. Every person I've ever dated, any friend I've ever had, we have similar experiences with, you know, being treated a certain way. We talk about them, and yeah, we all have very, very similar situations. So it's not something that we're just creating that, you know, is a lie. Like, no, this is actually real. This is what we're going through, and it does create a sense of relatability that kind of brings you closer to a person, because it's like, damn, yeah, I'm going through that too. Like, this happened to me too, you know? So it does kind of bring you closer. But yeah, this is I could talk forever about this topic. You know, race is a very, it's deep. It goes pretty deep in America, you know? So I hate when people are just like, oh, let's stop talking about race. Or, you know, I ain't bringing race into everything, because race is very important in America. It really has an effect on your entire life. So, you know, you cannot act like it doesn't exist and ignore it. When it's always made so obvious that you are Black, like you are never able to forget it. I don't ever forget that I'm Black a day in my life. White people have the privilege of not having to think about it. They just, hey, I'm just John. I'm just walking around, living my life, yada, yada, yada. I have to go into a store and get treated a certain way and think, wait, why am I being treated like I'm broke? Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm Black. So that's what I mean by always being reminded that you are Black. Like, it is something that is constantly thrown in your face. And, you know, so it's hard not to talk about race or not to think about race. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I can go on and on about this, but I will cut it short. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!